What's good? It's your girl J Prince, and I'm back again with another video. Today is Vlogmas Day 8. Yeah, Vlogmas Day 8. So, thank y'all for those who've been supporting me, who've been watching me, who've been staying up to date, and who got their post notification on. If you're new to this channel, and comment down below on some things y'all want to see on my channel. Today, I'm actually doing a story time. When I had did my Q&A before Vlogmas had started, a lot of people was I had asked a question like about my daughter, if y'all want to know, spam it up with green hearts. A lot of people spammed up with green hearts. And I figured, what's the best time to tell a story time about my blessing than during Vlogmas in front of the tree. So yeah, we're gonna get right on into that. Before we get started, everybody, like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend to come check me out. So, the story with my baby. A lot of people ask this question, like, how you a lesbian and you got a kid? How you this and you got a kid? How you gay and you got a kid? Whatever the case may be. I hear this story a lot, and I have heard it ever since she was born. But at the end of the day, how I got a kid and I'm a lesbian is really my business. I don't have to share the story with nobody or none of that. But, you know, I'm doing it for y'all. So, as I was growing up, or whatever the case may be, I was always, like, into women or into girls, so I say. Like, everybody in my family pretty much knew it. Like, my auntie knew it, my cousins, my sisters, brothers. My grandma kind of sort of knew it too. My mama knew it, but she was in denial. Growing up, like when I used to go to school, like a lot of people used to, like if kids catch me looking at somebody but like in grammar school, should I say middle school? Well, our grammar school and middle school, the same thing. We was kindergarten, 8th grade. I had to be like in 6th grade. Or whatever the case may be, looking at a girl butt or something like that. And they'd be like, oh, you gay, you gay. You know, I always just think like, man, something wrong with it. But as I got older, it was still the same thing. I found women or female attractive. Boom. So fast forward, when I turned like 13, 14, it was really like I was into female. I wanted to be, you know, I didn't want to say I wanted to be with female, because at that age, you don't really know what a relationship is. It was just like, okay, I'm into female, you know, whatever the case may be. Like I said, everybody knew it. And, you know, my auntie used to always say, like, you know, she gonna be gay. She gonna like girls. Or she ain't used to say gay. She like girls. She gonna be with a girl. Ooh. And my mom used to always get like super offended. Like, no, she not. Stop saying that. Stop saying that. Woo. And my grandma said to her one day, like, well, you know, if that's what she liked. Well, she didn't like say it to her. She was like, you know, she like female, because it was another incident. After that, my auntie said it in front of my mom. My mom got offended. And my grandma was like, well, if that's what she like, you can't stop her from liking this. You can't stop her from liking that. We all knew it with her growing up, like it was a possibility. So my mom got offended, like, no, that's not woo. So me being me, I didn't ever want to like disappoint my mama or make her feel bad or whatever the case may be. So I'm like, okay, whatever. You know, I used to have female friends or whatever the case may be, because that's what they was. I used to have female friends that I liked that they liked in me, but honestly, they was never able to come over to the house, which I didn't understand, because like my sister and them friends can come over to the house, but my female friends was never really able to come over to the house. And, you know, growing up, I'm like, dang, why, you know, whatever. So I left alone. I ain't speak too much on it. So I'm like, you know, I started hanging with when I got in like high school, my freshman year of high school, you know, I had a group of friends, for people, associates, whatever, that I hung around, did a whole lot of stuff with, or whatever the case may be. And we were just cool. We was cool in it. And honestly, like, they were just friends, from female to guys to whatever. You know, I was on the basketball team, track team, all that. So, you know, I knew everybody. I was cool with everybody on the boys basketball team. I was cool with the football team. I was cool with the track team, because, you know, we practiced together during track. I was just cool with everybody. I was a cool person. And the first time my mama let one of my friends come over to the house, it was a guy. Even though, like, me and him wasn't messing around, we wasn't looking at each other like that, we wasn't none of that. But she let him come over to the house, so I'm like, dang. You know, every time I try to invite a female friend over, she'd be like, nah, I can't have company or something like that. So in her head, in my mind, she knew that I liked the female. She just didn't want to accept it. So I'm like, dang, you know, she'll let me have a guy over and then won't let me have a female over. Like, that's weird. Woo, da. So moving forward, you know, she seen, like, we used to hang, but only reason why, like, honest to God truth, we used to hang like that is because when his parents, because he had it was him, his sister, and he had other people. His sister, but I met him through school. I didn't know his sister. His sister was, like, shy, quiet, so I really didn't know his sister. But every time his mom, every day after school, everybody used to go to their house. Because his mama used to be going to go to the boat. She used to go to the boat every day, nonstop. So honestly, his daddy was super cool. Like, shout out to Pops, but he was super cool, like cool as ever. He used to DJ for us. He used to, like, cause he DJ, so he used to have the speakers playing and turning up with us, whatever the case may be. He didn't care what we did. I mean, it was like a restriction or a limit to certain things. I won't say he didn't care what we did, but yeah, he used to DJ for us, play music. We used to be dancing, having a little mini party, like, that's where everybody went after school. Everybody, like, where you finna go? You already know, I'm going hard, I'm going to hard, I'm going to hard. So that's what we was. So it was just one of those type of kickers. Then, you know, I'm like, dang, you know, whatever, we cool, everybody cool. My sister, me, my sister, every day after school, we used to be over there. We used to tell our mama we was staying after school, but we wasn't. Every day after school, that's what we was. And then sometimes, you know, we knew what time she got out work, so it was like, she don't get out work till 9 o'clock. We gonna still here till about 7:45, then walk home and act like ain't nothing happened. So that's what it was. So we just was cooling, kicking it, chilling, vibing, everybody, not just me and a person. So we was just cool. And then, you know, one day we were drinking. I was a freshman in high school, wasn't supposed to be, whatever the case may be. I don't think his dad left and went to work that day because his dad used to work too. We all drinking, vibing, woo. And I think he said he liked me or something like that. And it wasn't never nothing after that. He said he liked me, yada, yada. And we were still kicking it, cool, whatever. You know, somebody can like you. I don't take offense. I see you cool, whatever, da. Then it was me and this girl that I was actually talking to. We both was cool with him. And then every time me and her would get into it, she'll go tell him, like, can you talk to your friend? Can you do this? Can you tell your friend this? Can you tell your friend that? So I'm like, you know, why you always putting people in our business, you know, how that relationship or friendship or whatever go at that age. So when that had came about, that used to always happen. So me and her ended up stop talking because I'm like, you know, at the end of the day, you want to tell somebody like they can control what I do or how I do things. Boom. So then we still kicking it, everybody still kicking it, woo. And, you know, I could tell that, you know, he still liked me or whatever the case may be, but I didn't look at him like that. No cap. Days went on, we still kicking it. Then it was one day, it was late. Actually, I had spent the night in my godmom's house. I didn't go spend the night. I asked my mom, can I spend the night in my godmom's house because she stayed not too far from him or whatever the case may be. And we ended up, he was like, you finna go home? I'm like, yeah. It was me and, nope, it was just me. My sister didn't even go with me. So I stayed night in my godmom's house. So it was about 7:30, I had to go home. So he was like, you gonna walk to the crib by yourself? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna walk to the crib by myself. I don't need nobody to walk me. And he ended up walking me like to the corner of my godmom's crib. And he kissed me. By the way, this was me my freshman year of high school because my mom was still buying my clothes, and she made sure that everything she bought was girly or skirt, whatever the case may be. She never bought me like jogging pants, stuff like that. So I don't want y'all to think nothing crazy, but here go a picture of me. Yeah, and let's get back to the story. I just had to cut in. I ain't say nothing of it, didn't think nothing of it. I think we stopped hanging out for like 4 days after that. I didn't hang out with him. And then, you know, after that we started hanging back out, cool, whatever, still the same thing. Then another time went by. We was drinking, we laid down, we had a baby. I knew what I was doing. I knew it could possibly that I could get pregnant. So no, my baby wasn't a mistake. No, it wasn't an accident. But yeah, it happened. So I ended up getting pregnant, and that's where my baby came from. But yeah, my mama pretty much didn't want me or didn't approve of me being with a female. She didn't like it. It disgusted her. Whatever the case may be, it was a sin. She's slight way over it now, but you know, it was what it was. And I'm like, dang, I really don't want to disappoint my mama. I really, you know, want her to, cause like, and then like, you know, I'm like, dang, I really want her, you know, like the mood like kind of like shift with us. Like it used to be like this, then it kind of like shift, or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, dang, you know, she, you know, kind of started letting a guy friend come over to the house. So I'm like, maybe this what she wants. She want me to be with a guy. So it was more so me trying to please her, and being with a guy than me being happy, because I wasn't happy, I ain't gonna cap. So anyway, I got pregnant, had my baby. But he knew that I was into girls before me and him, you know, did what we did and had a baby. And I told him, I'm like, you know, I ain't gonna stop you from being in your kid life. But no, I don't want to be with no guy. This ain't for me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna try to fake a family, and I know this ain't what I want. And you know, I told Mom, I think my baby was like two months. Like I was talking to female anyway, like being pregnant. I was still talking to female, but you know, then I had told her, and I finally came out. Like this first time she heard me say it, and I told her like, I think she said something. She was saying something, and she said something, and I came out, and I'm like, nah, I like girls. And she was like, you like what? And I'm like, I like girls. Then I remember her just snapping, like, how the F you like girls? You just had a baby, ooh, and since don't nobody want to listen, because I think we was talking in the sense at first of like cleaning up. She told us to clean up or something. Since don't nobody want to clean up and don't nobody want to listen and people want to be gay, I'm gonna start putting people out my house and yada 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 and this, that, and the other. And I think she ain't talked to me for like 2 weeks. Like really, we really didn't conversate. It was like the more I go in my room, she go in her room, whatever the case may be. So I'm like, dang, that's crazy. And you know, all the time after like basketball practice or whatever, I used to always go in my mom's room and like sit at the end of her bed and watch movies. But like when after that happened, all that stopped. And I'm like, dang, that's crazy. You know, because of my sexual preference, it ruined a relationship that I had with my mom. And you know, even like growing up, going on. Imagine I got pregnant my freshman year of high school. I had it like the middle of sophomore year, middle of freshman year. But at sophomore year, it was just straight female. And she didn't like that. And I wasn't living with my mama, though, my sophomore year. I was living with my auntie. So pretty much, it was like I did everything for myself or whatever. I was living with my auntie. And I remember her being there, whatever the case may be. And I had asked her, like, can you watch Naira? You know, my baby. I asked her, she watched my baby, and she knew that I was going out with a female. And she told me no, like, no, I'm not gonna watch your baby while you go outside and use your room. So I'm like, dang, that's crazy. Whatever. So I ended up asking my cousin or my sister, one of them, can they watch it? They was like, yeah, I'll watch it. So I ended up going, staying the night out with the female that I was staying the night out with. Then all that. Then fast forward, then it's my senior year. I went to prom or whatever, and I dressed it like a film, like female. I'll put a picture on the screen for y'all. I dressed up for my prom, like a female. You know, I wouldn't say like a female because I am a female, but I didn't dress with a suit. I put on a dress. And I did it for my mama. You know, I'm like, you know, this is probably the last time in a long time she gonna ever see me in a dress or ever see me in a dress or whatever. So I'm gonna do it for her, woo woo. So I got dressed, put on the dress, woo woo. And when I did, like, she was happy. She wanted to take pictures of me. She wanted to take pictures with me. She wanted to do this. She wanted to do that. And the person that did my makeup and my hair, they was like, they was best friends. They was like a team. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Then the one girl who was doing my makeup, because one of them did my makeup, one of them did my hair. But the one who did my makeup, she was like, dang, you know, she couldn't, she was just wondering why, you know, my mom was so excited or whatever the case may be. You know, she didn't see me, like, I wasn't dry. I think when they came to do my makeup and hair, I had just got out the shower. I had a dry tie on, so I just went on and threw on some shorts, some basketball shorts and a shirt. So, you know, people probably think, oh, she getting ready for prom, woo woo. So my mama showed her a picture of me, you know, a normal picture of me, and she's like, what? She like, that's why they so excited. You look good and woo woo, that and other, wow. It may be, but yeah, she like, my ex-girlfriend would never let me do her makeup like this. And my mama like kind of frowned when she said that. I seen it, but my mama didn't see it. But anyway, so long story short, she showed a good picture, woo woo. So me and her ended up keeping in contact. Like, she sent me a friend request on Facebook. I accepted it. Me and her ended up talking. Like, we used to get on like Uvu, this one Uvu, and all that was hot. We used to get on Uvu, Skype, whatever, call each other, text each other. We was like, cool. She was older than me. I ended up she ended up coming to pick me up. I ended up going to her house, standing at her house. She was cool. I ain't gonna cap. She was super cool. Like, you know, she was older. I think she had to be like 27, between 27 and 29. It was one of those odd numbers. And I was 18, but she was super cool, like chill, whatever the case may be. I ain't gonna cap. I ain't gonna say her name because I don't even know. She used to vibe, and she used to be like I would never forget. We was in the car and we stopped at the gas station, and she got out. She paid for the gas, and I was still sitting in the car. This off subject, and she was like, "Dang, you gonna let your girl pump the gas?" And I'm like, "What, I supposed to get out?" And she was like, "Ain't you supposed to be the nigga in a relationship?" And I just started laughing. But anyway, yeah, that's the story of my baby. That's the story of my blessing. My baby is a blessing. No, she was not an accident. Yes, she was conceived naturally. Yes, I had her naturally. Yes, she's my everything. She's my world. I mean, do I care what people think or gotta say? No, I had her. I got pregnant with her. I had her. I take care of her. I'm glad that she's here. I'm glad that I was able to become a parent of my own. Like, even though I do want another kid, like I said, but I want my wife or fiance or whoever I end up with in the future to have it. I'm not carrying no more. I'm not, none of that. And when we do it, it will be going, we will be paying for it. So it won't be no baby daddy and baby mama, none of that in the picture. It's gonna be me and my fiance, wife, whoever you want to call it. And yeah, that's a story on how my baby got here. That's a story. For a long time, I ain't gonna lie, like telling that story, it used to bother me just because of the relationship that it made between me and my OG. But, you know, I got over it. Like I said, she's semi over me being with girls. She say she all the way over it, but I really know she not, because I can't bring, like, I don't know. I won't even say, like, I don't know. I never even tried lately to bring, like, a female around her, because I ain't really been messing with nobody. I've been single or whatever the case may be. But, yeah, so that's my story on how my baby got here. That's my story on my child. Like I said, again, I'm going to stress this. No, she wasn't an accident. No, I'm not ashamed of how she got here. No, I'm not ashamed of sleeping with a man. It's her dad in her life. He is, but not as much as I would want him to be. But then at times, I don't even want him in her life just because of the wishy-washy. I don't like, if you're going to be in her life, be in her life. Don't be in her life when you feel like it's convenient for you, or when you feel like it's you know, okay, now I want to be in her life. I want to change. I want to do this. Like, don't go 5-6 months, then, you know, call and do all that goofy stuff. Like, can I be back in her life? Or can I see her? Can I do this? Like, because I ain't gonna lie, like, I think it might have been like a year and a half. They went without talking or him seeing her. And then he just popped back up. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, my baby did not ask about him. She did not ask to call. She did not do none of that. And, you know, I was just ready for her. At that point in time, I was just ready for her to forget about him. And I wasn't gonna bring him up, like, no cap. And then when he did try to come back around, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna let you see her woo-woo. Then, you know, my grandma was like, don't do that, because she gonna resent you for this and that. She gonna resent you for this and that. You know, let her be around him. And if she decide not to mess with him, then that's gonna be on her choice. And, you know, she growing up now and she's seeing certain things and she speak her mind. She say certain things. You know, a lot of people tell me, like, don't let her say this or don't let her do this. Like, I don't put nothing in her head, but I'm not gonna stop her from speaking her mind either. So that's the story on my baby. I just want to quick do this, the story time, because I told y'all I was gonna do it in my last couple of videos. Before this, I told y'all I was gonna do it, so I just wanted to quick do that. I just dropped my baby off at school, and right now I'm actually gonna get ready for the day, go get in the shower, you know, get my day started. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for supporting. Thank y'all for subscribing. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. Make sure y'all comment down below. Like I said, I'm not ashamed of me. I'm not confused of who I am or what I am. I am a lesbian that likes women. I love women. I'm in love with women. I am a lesbian. I don't ever see myself being back with a man. None of that. So, here nor there. Again, like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications on so y'all can know every time I post. So y'all can know every time I post. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend to come check me out, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.